Hi everyone. So everybody is in their usual places. Where's Kiki? Kiki is right there. He's behind his cage. Let's see. First thing is, this morning I heard from Leon. He's okay. And he's gonna catch up with all the videos. And so I was very happy this morning. So if you're watching, Leon, welcome back. We missed you. But if you see him in various channels or whatever, say howdy. Let's see. And I'm not going to show you this week because I just showed you. But pumpkins are coming along nicely. 2 of them, at least. I'm not sure about the third one, since I haven't actually seen it. And if I end up with 3 small pumpkins, I do have a plan on how to use all 3 of them. So, but we'll see how big they get. And so the main thing I want to, before I say that, I really thought this video was going to be a unbox video, but that didn't happen, and so I have 2 sitting there, and a couple days ago I got the clue for the next one, so, and trying to schedule with Jenn. She's got a lot of stress on her. So, but hopefully we'll get one done this weekend. Hopefully. So let's just say, she's got stress from different parts of her life, including some. I'll just say some extending circumstances with her mom. That's all I'll say. That's so. She's just trying to get some assistance. The dynamic lock screen video, I'm glad you guys all liked it. And the opinion I got was that you liked it all jumbled. You don't want them organized according to subject. And so what I decided to do was, since I have 2 tablets and there's 10 subjects altogether, so I changed it so that I have 5 of the subjects on this tablet and 5 and the other 5 on the other tablet. And then I'm just taking screenshots every time I turn it on. And then when I go to do another video, I'll just transfer them over from the one onto this one. And it's very easy to do. And then toss them up onto the editing app. So you get to see some different stuff. Some arty stuff and some food. Some artistically displayed food. Might make you hungry. And yeah. There's some interesting, there's this one that's interesting, but they all have the same title, I guess. So not sure what that, you know. And as far as that goes, I really thought you guys could see that. And when I got it all uploaded and everything, I looked at it on my tablet, and I could barely make out what they said. And if you guys are looking and watching this on a phone, there's no way you're gonna be able to see that. So what I'll do from now on is just type out the entire thing of whatever it says on there, unless it's like obvious, like, you know, like that French bulldog. Well, it's obviously that's what that is. So yeah, so give you guys more pictures to look at. So the main thing I wanted to talk about is, and I think we're going to have it in the title, is we're going to talk about Easter eggs. And we're not talking about the eggs that you color different colors and then around the time of Easter. That's not what I'm talking about. So I don't know how many of you know what an Easter egg is, and I don't know if, you know, I mean, you guys can let me know, but obviously at the time that I'm saying this, I don't. So I'm just going to explain, and if you already know what an Easter egg is, just kind of pardon me. So an Easter egg is something put in a song or video or movie that basically refers to something that it refers to something else, and if you don't know that something else, you're not going to see the Easter egg. That's a bad way of explaining that. So, here's an example, and I don't know if all of you are gonna know what I'm talking about, but actually I have two examples. So one is a couple years ago, two of my friends at church, actually, but one has moved to Wisconsin, so sadly. But anyway, two of the guys on praise team at church, they created, and a couple of you already know this, but they wrote, performed, recorded, mixed, the whole works, an entire album. And there's reasons why they did this. That's not important to the story. And they printed off CDs and out records, and I have a CD, and I think it's really good stuff. They also downloaded it or uploaded it on all anywhere you get music. So if you're interested in listening to something different, you want to search. The album is called Across Your Sky. And they had to name themselves, so they named themselves Dig Me Under. But you can find it on YouTube and Spotify and everything. And it's a concept album, so it tells a story. You have to listen. You have to listen to songs in order, starting with song 1. Although the first song is actually the end of the story, so the second song is the beginning of the story. There's some speaking parts. It's a it's a story about love. It's a tragic love story. And it's also a story about a strong woman who rises above adversity. So, anyway, so they filled this album with Easter eggs, and some of them I've found, and some of them I have not. Some of them they told me you need to look for this, and I have not found them. But one of them was in one of the songs. There is it's one of the beginning songs. There is a lyric that goes that says champagne and caviar. Well, that is a reference to, there used to be a TV show in the 80s called Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. And it was hosted by Robin Leach, and I don't know if I ever watched it. I just, I think it was just showing the homes of, rich people, famous people. And the beginning part, as each show began, so the beginning of each show, Robin Leach would talk, blah, 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 and every time he would say, champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Any of you remember this? Well, they who wrote the guys who wrote that song, they took that directly from that. So if you never watched it, if you didn't know it, you have no idea that was. But if you do know, you know exactly. My other example is, I don't know, any of you watch the movie The Jungle Book, the live action one that came out a few years ago? I saw it, but there was a scene in the movie where the boy is climbing a mountain with his friends, his animal friends, and they get to the top of the mountain, and there is a Asian temple. And so the boy, he slowly walks into the temple because he doesn't know, what to expect. So he slowly, he enters the temple, and he comes across a open courtyard. So where the roof is open, but there's dark shadows where the part where there is a roof. And so as he's slowly walking, and he comes across this pile of, I can't remember. I think there was like nuts and coconuts and debris, garbage and whatever. And he reaches down and he picks up a cowbell. And he rings it a couple of times, ding, 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 ding. And then he puts it back down onto the pile. And right after that, you hear a voice. This voice starts talking to him. The voice belongs to this giant orangutan who's been hiding in the shadows watching him the whole time. And then so the voice starts talking, and that's when the orangutan, he comes out to show himself. I mean, he's just this massive giant thing. The orangutan is voiced by Christopher Walken. So 20 years ago, Christopher Walken was the guest host on an episode of Saturday Night Live. Some of you know where I'm going with this. And he did a sketch that where he played a record executive, and you had a group of singers they were recording a song, and then along with them was Will Ferrell. And he had a cowbell with him. And so, which is not, and is a real song, and in the real song, I can't remember what song it is, there is no cowbell in the actual song. But anyway. So they record a little bit of the song, and then the camera goes back to to Christopher Walken, and he goes, I need more cowbell. And so then goes back, and then they do the same part of the song. Well, now Will Ferrell is now hitting the cowbell a little harder, and then it goes back. I still need more cowbell, and this continues. And each time Will Ferrell, he gets more and more and more into typical Will Ferrell. And so it became it's a well-known sketch. If you can probably find it on YouTube. Just Google, probably need more cowbell. Anyway, when I saw that in the theater, I bust out laughing because I instantly got it. But everybody who I talked to totally missed it. So that's an Easter egg. Okay. So I bring this up because I would like to, once in a while, when I feel like it, or when the opportunity arrives, to put an Easter egg in my song videos to see if you guys can catch it. And actually, I've already done this once to see if anybody got it. I don't think you did, which is fine. The video All Star by Smash Mouth. At the beginning towards the beginning of the song, he says, the years go by, and then I put on there some years that I had made them fly by. Well, I started with 1974, 1984, 1994, and then I ended with 2024. Well, that was the Easter egg, because if you really know me, and I know a lot of you know me, but if you really know me, and whatever. Anyway, 1974 is the year that I was born. 2024 is the year I turned 50. So that's what I'm talking about. So is this something you'd be interested in? If I did that, I would tell you that there's one in there. What I might do is just, like, in the title, just put a picture of an egg, just like an egg emoji. And if I have 2 Easter eggs, maybe 2 emojis, so you know that there's something in there. And then if you find it, let me know in the comments or whatever. And if nobody finds it, then I'll let you know the next time we have a chat. What do you think? Is that something you'd like me to do, or are you like, no? Just let me know. I want to know. I'm always thinking of new things, whatever. So, that took a lot of time, and I'm almost 20 minutes. So, I gotta get to the other video, and so I think that's all I have to say, and see you in the comments, and see y'all later. Bye.